Well, thank you everyone for coming this morning. It's our first creative morning in 2025. For those of you who are participating at a Creative Mornings for the very first time, it's a project that was founded in the early 90s in New York, and there are more than 300 cities worldwide that are participating at the project called Creative Mornings. There's a theme every month decided by our New York headquarters, and then each city has to find a speaker and a kind breakfast sponsor, and the events are usually held in the mornings, given the name Creative Mornings. And it's all about bringing people together, creating community, exchanging, sharing ideas, and thereby creating value. So we have thought, Chiara, who's in London now, not with me today, but my colleague Chiara and I, we feel that there's a great potential here in Venice, very interesting people with fantastic ideas, great practices, and not as many possibilities to really come together and share these. And we thought that maybe launching a creative morning in Venice could be beneficial and could be very interesting to also meet new faces and see new places and hear about projects that maybe in Venice everybody knows about, but kind of doesn't really find a voice to talk about what they're doing. So we're very happy to be here today at the home of the Human Safety Net with Alexia Boro. And the theme of this month is Journey. I don't know if you've seen on our Instagram account, but there's a very beautiful illustration which was designed by Salim Al-Salami from our Muscat chapter in Oman. And I wrote a couple of things down which I want to say before we start. I also felt like, you know, as the year from 2024 is moving to a new year, 2025, we all travel through life. Everyone is at a different point in their life, making their unique journey. Some of us know where we're going, others maybe not. Journeys can be twisted with a lot of turns and obstacles. And yeah, sometimes we're also kind of thrown out of a path that we were so sure about. But I think the trick is to embrace these detours and delays because there are no shortcuts on a journey of self-discovery and creative expression. And I think the most important thing is to know that you're never alone. And I'm very excited to hear a bit more about the Human Safety Net and all the journeys that you are doing all over the world with your very beautiful projects, helping and supporting families, vulnerable families with young children, trying to unlock the potential of these people, transforming their lives and supporting integration and by bringing the strength of nonprofit organizations as well as the private sector together in Europe, Asia and South America. You're really creating very beautiful possibilities for people to elevate with what they are given. Alexia Boro is the head of the Human Safety Net. She is an experienced director
in Venice.
In Venice. She is an experienced director in communications of external affairs with a long-standing history of working in the museum and institutional sector. Some might know her still from her Peggy Guggenheim time in Venice. She's skilled in nonprofit organizations, copywriting, event planning, and marketing, with a strong focus on community and social services. You've done also a visiting scholar at the Research Center for Japanese Studies in Kyoto. So very interesting.
Another life, another journey.
Very interesting journey, and we're very much looking forward to hearing more about you and about the projects of the Human Safety Net. And thank you for hosting us this morning.
Thank you very much, Pia, and thank you to Creative Mornings for inviting us this morning, and thank you to you all for being here today. Yes, this is a space. This is that opened in April 2022. So we are pretty young and at the very beginning of this journey we are doing. And we are the home of the Human Safety Net, which is the foundation run by Generali, that, as Pia was saying, wanted to support vulnerable people in finding new instruments to stay better, to have a better life. So we support a family with young children and refugees. So what we do is social inclusions through a network. We are in 26 different countries all around the world, especially in Europe, South America, and East Asia. And we work with 80 NGOs, and together we create programs. Programs for parenting, for early childhood development, for entrepreneurship, inclusion of refugees. We create new startups with refugees in each country. So we created more or less more than 500 startups from 2017 when the foundation was created. And then in 2017, exactly the same year when the foundation was created, when the Human Safety Net started to operate, the Generali Group decided also to restore the old building where we are today. This is a 3-floor building. Now we are on the 3rd floor, and this 3rd floor became the home of the Human Safety Net. So here we are like an amplifier of what the foundation does around the world, because our idea is that all this journey that we are doing with different people all around the world, so far we have supported, we like the idea of being the companion of these people. So it's a journey that we do together, and we supported more or less 500,000 people so far. Yes, I mean, for us it's a big number, because the kind of attention, taking care of all these people is very, very tailor-made. So it's important that these people, after a couple of years, can go ahead, keeping going with this journey, transformation journey that we help them to start with our program. And this place, being an amplifier, wants to create again a network of experience, dialogues, journeys from people all around the world, because the idea is that every one of us can start this transformation journey. Because then if you visit and I strongly invite you to do this after 10 when we open this interactive journey. We call it interactive journey. In fact, when Pia told me about the journey, I told her, yes, we are. I mean, we are perfect. For this for this topic today. But why it is an interactive journey? Because we invite each visitors to start this self-discovering journey of potential, human potential. So you can interact with different installations, and one it's about curiosity, hope, gratitude, teamwork, creativity. And so if you start interacting with this installation and taking also a survey, like a kind of interview on some tablet, then at the end of the journey, we send you home by email the analysis of your journey. So, of course, we know which is our strengths, but it's very interesting and sometimes also fun to see that something unexpected comes to us, no?
Alexia, may I ask, in the group, has someone done the path already? One, two.
It's
okay, just very few, so that's nice.
That's nice, because you have the opportunity, if you like, to do this experience, which is, I mean, talk to you directly. It's you mirroring yourself through this experience. And the curator of the exhibition, who is Orna Cohen, she's the co-founder of Dialogues in the Dark and Dialogue for Social Enterprise. Dialogue in the Dark is this experience that you can find in different countries where you are, you do an experience in a completely dark space in order to understand how blind people live and has interaction with the world. So she usually projects things only for her company, but this is the first time that when the Human Safety Net invited her to take part in this project, she said yes. I mean, because we created something different together. And she was amazing in creating this experience that you will see talks to different people, different ages, different kind of elevation, education. But we see people having fun from 2 years old to 100. So it's really incredible. But if you think being a journey into yourself, I mean, humanity can have different form, but always the same DNA in a way, no? And that's why we do a lot of public program also, because the idea is to share with as many people as possible what the foundation does. I mean, sharing the mission, the values, all these programs, because the idea is that thanks to this journey, if you even a little more from, I mean, if you do a comparison when you go in and then you go out, and then you feel a little bit more better than when you arrived, this is a success, because all the journey of the exhibition starts from a research of positive psychology. So the idea is that if you feel better with yourself, you stay better also with other people. And this idea of well-being is very key for then creating dialogues, conversation, creating bridges. I mean, the idea of stay with other people in a positive way, which help people also take action, because the final idea is that we invite people to take action and to understand if they wanted to be part of this changement, of this transformation, because I mean, this process of transformation starts from us, even though with a very little tiny thing. It's not really important to, I mean, to have a big project, but if we start listening to our friends, people, even people we don't like, especially, it's something good, because at the end, buongiorno Maria, prego. But the idea is that we can really be part of this journey of transformation, and we can have a social impact. This is the point. We can have a social impact of what we do in everyday life. And so this is so important that people can come here and not, of course, visiting the exhibition, it's important, but that also taking part to our program, because everything we do, then I will introduce you to Francesca Grisotto, who is our community manager. She started working with us in January last year. And she's a project manager in the social sector. And so we have been doing so far so many activities aligned with the mission and the values of the foundation. This is extremely important in this journey, because people starting to understand more and more, thanks to the exhibition, thanks to the program, what we are doing. Also because if you think we are something different in town. We are not a museum, but we are a cultural center, social center. So it's really important to establish this dialogue with people and create a community. And I hope we can create a community with you also, starting from this morning, because the idea is to be a network. And of course, the Human Safety Net is a foundation, because you have to have a title, or I mean something that can people recognize you. But at the very end of the day, the idea of this, the Human Safety Net, is to be a movement of people helping people. And so every one of us can be one of these people. But again, it's really an exciting journey, because I've been working 18 years as a director of communication at the Peggy Guggenheim Foundation here in Venice, and art for me is really life. But then it comes that, I mean, for myself, I have this necessity to change, to have a new challenge, but also to do something that could be very impactful. And so when I received this proposal to come here, at the beginning I was a bit scared, but then I decided to start another journey. And it was difficult at the beginning, because everything was a white page, no? So we open and we have to create the community, the activity, invite all the communication strategies and so on. But this was very exciting, and now this is also very how can I say, commovente, moving, because we start seeing people understanding what we do, and we see people that want to be here to exchange thoughts and ideas. We do a lot with university students because this is the idea of doing this journey together.
Beautiful. And so if you would say you have the external project of the human safety net all over the world, but you have a program of activities that you run here in Venice.
Yes.
Is there let's say a definition of different activities you do here? I don't know if Francesca wants to say something.
Yes,
about
of course.
that,
She's Francesca Grisotto. I mentioned you. I told them how much you are doing for align all the things we do to our mission. Yes, because we have a full calendar of public program activities, and I mean, we work with school, families, elderly people, people with disabilities. We have program for schools because for students we started working with le medie, liceo, universities, and we all we do here in terms of public program, all the activities are free. And then we have program for school, because the will is to be as much inclusive as possible, you know. So, for example, schools also come for free. I mean, they don't have to pay the ticket. Also, residents in Venice and Città Metropolitana on Thursday, Sunday, and Saturday. On Sunday, the terraces on the fourth floor are open. I mean, we try to share as much as possible, also in terms of a physical space, as we are here. The restoration was done by David Chipperfield, so we do also, something sweet is coming. And so we have also a guided tour dedicated to the history of the building and the restoration. I mean, we try to build different kind of conversation with our audience. If you then have a walk all around the spaces, you will see that books are everywhere. Of course, books is important. I'm not here to explain to you why, but especially in vulnerable condition, reading is really a key instrument to help people, not only the development of the brain of kids, but also if there is someone reading aloud to you, this is important to create an emotional link between the kids and the parent, the kids and the family. So it's really important that children can have someone reading for themselves, really at the first stages of their life, because the first 1,000 days of our lives is the most important one. Of course, then you can still develop, but in terms of imprinting, in terms of creating who you become later, the first 1,000 days are really crucial. So that's why, for example, every third Sunday of the month, we do this really interesting program, which is called Nati per leggere, Born to Read. And this project is part of Centro della Salute del Bambino, that is one of our partners, the Human Safety Net. So we created a group of volunteers, and if you like to be our volunteers, you are more than welcome. We will do another class in February, not only for Nati per leggere, but also Nati per la musica. So we will start also doing this workshop with music, because music, again, is really important, also because it's, I mean, a universal language, so it's fundamental also to create dialogues and interaction between different people. And so with this Nati per leggere, you come on Sunday morning, and it's for family and kids from 0 to 6 years of age, but anyone can come and listen, of course, and it's really fun. It's really fun also because Francesca invite also people speaking different languages. So these reading are not only in Italian but also in Arabic, in Chinese, and so the idea is to create a community which is really international also from this point of view, because also there are some communities in Venice that are very big, but they do not mix with the population. So we try to, it's like una cosa, una ermeneutica. It's something we try to make people feeling better here and feeling welcomed.
And do you feel that the demographic, they're mostly coming from the Venice and Veneto region, or are there people coming also from outside?
In terms of visitors of the exhibition, we have really an international composition, let's say, of the audience. We have a lot of people from European countries, but also from US, for example, from our statistics, because we are a bit nerd on this about the number and to measure also all the data. So we try to know as much as we can our public, because it's really important also in terms of communication, but also in terms of creating activities aligned also, no, with their requests and needs. So there is an international audience visiting the exhibition, and then talking about the activities, the public program, we see that, of course, the majority of people come from Venice, the Veneto region, but also from Emilia-Romagna, for example. We do this very nice program with Kid Pass. Kid Pass is a platform dedicated to kids and families. They are really committed to this. And so Francesca Creative, for example, every month a topic, a theme, as you do with Creative Mornings. And so in November we were La Casa della Lettura. Then in March we will be La Casa della Creatività. And every month is dedicated to a specific topic. And so, for example, when we do this Sunday or Saturday, I cannot remember if Kid Pass is on Sunday or Saturday.
Saturday,
1st March. And we organize a full day of activities around the topic of creativity, which is one of our strengths that you can measure through the interaction of one of the installations in the exhibition. And so you can find so many.
Related to Carnival.
And also related to Carnival.
I'm pleased to say that the topic of January, because of you, is journey.
It's journey, exactly.
Great.
So everything was, in fact, we had a workshop named La Valigia, for example, the suitcase. And yes, everything is inspired by a
And
theme.
also a journey with Madi, another. We had a different. So I designed all the program of these months.
Yes,
Around journey.
Around the
topic
journey.
you suggest.
Oh,
Exactly.
fantastic.
And so when we have this program during the week or the weekend, there are, and we communicate in advance, so there are also people coming for this program, but also from Milan, from Turin, I mean from different cities around Italy. Of course, talking about the workshop that we do for kids and family during the week at 4 p.m. In that case, the majority of people comes from the neighborhood. Yeah.
And maybe moving from Venice to the world.
So-
Do you want to talk to us a little bit about a project that you do in an international
yeah.
context?
First of all, I would like to show you this. You can find both in Italian and English. It's our social report, and you can find online the social report. So you can, if you like to go through these pages, you will find, first of all, a very big map of where we are. So to give you the idea of the journeys that we do, thanks to these, to the Human Safety Net programs. And in particular, I would like to, because, migrants come by boat, especially here in Italy, but then we don't take care of this first moment of their arrival. We start working with them when they have the status of refugee, because we want to give them a chance of being included in the society of the country where they get the status of refugee. So that's why we do all this program, in order to help them be involved and to find again their dignity, to create again social link, to create a family. I mean, the idea is to be helpful on that stage. So, for example, in talking about the programs, and we have these friends, Grazie Francesca. This is pretty new, but this one is something that we received, the lion and the asinello, how do you say, donkey? Donkey.
Yes.
And so, this is a very special project in Argentina. And the NGO is called Haciendo Camino. And there are all these animals are made by women that through work, through a job, through a new activity, are involved in the entrepreneurship life, let's say. And the beautiful thing is that everything is handmade, of course, as you can see. One day we lost him and we were upset, but then we found him back. And the very important thing, I think, and then Francesca, if you want to add something, anything, you are more than welcome, is that when you see this little label, you see also the name of the woman, the woman who created this. And it's important because if you buy this, it's not on sale here, of course, but in Argentina it is. So you create a link, also an emotional link with the people. And so you start being interested also in the history, and maybe you want to know more, and maybe you want to be helpful in your way to help someone else around you. And this is the I think it's important to understand this approach, no, of what we are doing. And so, Haciendo Camino, and I introduce you to Gloria Bondi. She's our queen of communication. We are a very small staff, we are 5 here, but we are very committed, and we are doing this journey together with Gloria from the very first day. Okay, so, and these are the nice Copricapo. Comes from Indonesia. No, say Indonesia. I cannot remember. But it's a part of a program of family financial education. Because another very important aspect of this journey of transformation is that these vulnerable families, for example, or refugees, needs also to know how to manage their budget, for example. So financial education is important also because, and we do this program also in Italy, for example. And it's important because you help people also to understand how to create a budget for the family in order to have money, for example, to invest in the education of kids. For university studies or for any other kind of necessity, they will help. So we do these all these programs all around the world, and there are programs, for example, in one country that works very well, or it's really valuable, and so we escalate it in order to share the program also with other countries. So there is a very articulated management of all the program of the foundation, and the idea is also to be able to create this network of people helping people to exchange experience. And that's why once a year we host here at the home what we call networks, which is the most important moment in the life of the human safety net. And when 200 people from all around the world are invited here, they are partners, they are from NGOs and so on, And they meet here for 3 days, and we discuss all the strategy for the year after, or the things that we need are important to share with them. And so it's really, in that occasion, in a way, it's really a big metaphor of the idea of journeys, because they all come here from around the world. We discuss, we stay together, we have fun. Gloria, who is also a yoga teacher, gave yoga lessons to us in November. And then they start, from here they come back to their countries with new ideas. And it's a moment where it comes from a journey, of course, where we can be enriched, every one of us. And I think it's also the idea of the journey in a way, no? That you start maybe at the beginning, you don't know where you're going, but then step by step you collect your experience, your memory, and you decide to put them in a frame.
Yeah.
And it's also, in a way, what we are trying to do.
That's great. Well, I have a lot of questions prepared, but given the time, I maybe open up directly to the group
Yes,
if you
sure.
have any questions.
If you have any
for
questions.
Alexia. Don't want to take away from
No, it would be interesting to know more about the program you have in Venice, for example. If there's something not just for families and kids, but for other people as well. Like more examples, I think, help us to understand really what you do on this.
But
City
we support 2 different associations in Venice. One is La Casa Famiglia San Pio X on the Giudecca Island, and they are a Casa Famiglia for women who had domestic violence problem, and they host them with their kids on the Giudecca. I don't know if you know this Casa Famiglia, but they are doing really incredible things. Also because this problem is very huge today, so they had to open also another Casa Famiglia in Mestre, unfortunately. But they are doing really a good job. And then there is another association called A2030, and I give the floor to Francesca if you want to say something about A2030, which is an NGO supporting refugees coming from generally refugees. Yes.
So, for example, and we cooperate with both. So we have present here because she was asking for the public programs we are running here, and the public programs involved also programs. So the program team select NGOs, about 80 NGOs in the world in 26 countries, and here in Venice we have these. San Pio X, Casa San Pio X, and A2030. Some refugees from A2030, they are readers here in Nati per Leggere, quelli là, the program with foreign languages and the mother tongue readings. And also we will have a workshop, a very interesting workshop, inspired and co-designed with Tracy Snelling, the artist who made the exhibition in the art studio, with Mernoush Roshaneh, that is an Iranian artist, quite famous and quoted in here in Italy, but also in Europe. But she is Iranian, she is refugee, she is member and also creative manager of the association A2030 that is working with art to art for impact. So we often organize together here activities, yes, like this one. So we will have another workshop with Mernoush Roshaneh on the 8th of February.
And it's for adults, no?
And this is just for adults. And again, for adults, we have a movie lab, reading lab, books presentation on the Wednesday, usually Monday or Wednesday, depends on the availability of the space and the authors. And quite often we will have 3 books presentation on February, quite interesting, related to art, but also adoption and parenting, so topics very close to us, obviously. Then we have the movie lab, so the 5th of February, we will discuss in the auditorium with a network of young associations, so young students association from university, and also the civic representative of civic associations, and the professor Francesco Della Pupa, that is a sociologist on migration, expert in migration and refugees. And so we will watch together the film called Le Ferie di Liku, that I cannot say in English. It's by Vittorio Moroni, talking about migration from Bangladesh and the second life of migrants, double absence of the migrants. So quite interesting, especially for the debate.
Yeah, because there is a
From
discussion. Yes,
And
yes.
again, on the Thursday, once a month on Thursday, so around the 16th or 20, in February will be the 20th, and on March will be the 20th again. We meet interesting Venetians, not
Yes,
famous
sir.
Venetians, but interesting,
Interesting
sometimes famous also,
So,
but interesting Venetians. So Venice people that choose, maybe from Chile, from Argentina, or even from Venice, choose to stay and live in Venice and offer their art for impact again. Art for impact is a great topic for us, to enrich the city and the cultural life of the city. So the first appointment was with an artist from Chile that we could consider also related to the refugee topic, but she was an artist. She is an artist, and here describing the art and the performance in the city. Then we have an actor for February, because February is connected to creativity and carnival. So we have a very famous actor and director that is Gianni De Luigi, who developed a special program for San Camillo, that is an hospital in Lido. So like for health and to help vulnerable people again through art. That is another topic very important for us, and so on.
So it's probably best to register with the newsletter to know about all the things that are happening here.
And also because we have a lot of really very rich program, and we are very proud of it. We have 34 activities and workshops and conferences, book presentations just in February. But in the newsletter you will find maximum 10. But maybe less. So please check also the website.
the website.
The website is the only
Place.
place that you can really find
Everything.
all our program.
Yes, because as Francesca, thank you, Francesca. As she was describing, we use different media to express what we are doing, no? Because of course, since we are the amplifier of the foundation, we focus on vulnerable families and refugees. But we do this with the programs that are inspired by music, cinema, art, theater, mindfulness, I would like to say. So when you will go and see the A World of Potential exhibition, you will meet a space which is called the Art Studio, where every year we invite an artist here to come and express through art the meaning of social impact. I mean, how art can have a social impact, because art, contemporary art, as for example cinema also, they are very powerful in changing the narratives of certain topics among the big audience, you know, because they are so impactful also in terms of an emotional reaction that and emotion is always linked to action. And so if you are moved, if you are in a way involved in something from an emotional point of view, the possibility that then you decide to take action into something is really stronger. So that's why it's important also to use this installation or make or sharing movies and then doing a discussion with all the public, because in this way it's not I mean it's something discussed before, but the possibility of changing narratives and engaging the public is really stronger when you do this kind you use this kind of approach. And so that's why we we are putting together these different moments with the public in order to create a community that starts from Venice, but will include
And as you
the
said
world.
earlier, it's also open on Thursdays and Saturdays,
exactly.
Sundays for Venetians.
Sure.
And as you will see, there are different
But
rooms.
also, for example, maybe you are not Venetian, you are not resident, I don't know, but maybe you have the Vaporetto card. So you can use that card also to come it's a free entrance with a voluntary donation on Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. So you can use your
And then
Vaporetto card.
about every day, each day we have a public program
So-
running. The entrance is also
Free.
if you come for the private program, so it's quite easy to
So,
And sorry, please.
If you work so much with refugees, refugee families, etc., do you also have a program about, I don't know, Italian language course, sort of how to integrate better through language?
Okay, I can guess.
she comes.
Because I love our programs. So, and this is from Vietnam, and this is from Argentina. So we choose two different countries, but in the family program. So we have not anything tangible from the
Refugees.
program, but for the refugee program, as you understood, we have workshops and readings. So both are present here. How we work with the refugees. So we select NGOs working with the refugees, mostly to develop work skills, so to train them. Absolutely, the language is very important, but is founded and supported and designed within a program of training, job training. So, for example, in Italy, we have a very strong program and successful program called Ready for IT, Ready for International Information Technology. And so we train them in cybersecurity with a course. So we pay 40 scholarships, for example, reserved for refugees to attend this program. But in the program, they have job training, so informatica and everything they need to know about cybersecurity, but also soft skills and also language training and very professional language training offered by agencies, very strong organizations cooperating together. So we work a lot on partnership and in co-design the project. So when we choose an NGO, with the NGO we co-design a project. And another example is for minors, for example, but refugees, with Cometa, and Spazio Cometa offers a training, a training course, so a job training course, with also language, with the training, but also soft skills. And this was also co-designed by our program team and the NGO.
So it's not Italian. I mean, it's the course, or
It's not Italian for foreigners.
Exactly, it's not
functional to
yes, exactly.
training.
Training, so they can have specific vocabulary and being able to work on the
Maybe
topic.
a last question.
Yes, sir.
Ming.
It was just a curiosity. So you involve the people of this association not only in the activities but also in the designing of the activities, right? You do the activities with them. They are not only the target of the activities, but they are also part.
Do you mean our public programs at the home, or the programs team that is in Milan and working in the 26 countries?
No, I mean, for instance, you have this association here in Venice.
Yes, we co-design always.
Yes.
Okay, so the people that goes to this association, they are part of this association, they come here to do this
Also to be
activity.
involved, yes, in the
Yes.
activity.
Okay.
They are the protagonists also of many of our workshops.
The key word and then of the program designing that is my G2 is involved.
Sì, esatto.
Yeah, but what we understand is, I mean, it's a space
space which doesn't have its own program, but this program is made out of collaborating with different organizations which are in line with your vision, mission, and you facilitate and you sort of finance also maybe all that, but you yourself, because you're only 5 people, you don't have your own, like program that you are running 100% by yourself.
No, you
don't have. I mean, this
No,
don't
but
have-
it's different. It's a two different level. I mean, the program team based in Milan works on programs for refugees and vulnerable people, and they co-design all the program and the project with the NGOs, and this is a topic. Then here, we don't. We are a space. We are like, how can I say, an amplifier of the human safety net, but we don't do program for refugees and families here at the human safety net. We do this on La Giudecca with Casa Famiglia and A2030, and here we do things for the public, but also for, vulnerable people, because we don't do things for the vulnerable. We do things for everyone, so everyone can enjoy, because we don't want to create ghettos, but we want to mix the public and feel like we are from the same, community in a way. So the program in Venice, supported from the Human Safety Net, are the Casa Famiglia and A2030 on their own premises, where we have a program supported by the Human Safety Net for families and for refugees. Then here is something different, because as an amplifier we invite all to visit the exhibition, to take part in our program, in order to understand more of what the foundation does. But of course, when we do things here, we invite refugees, we invite vulnerable people to not only to take part, but also to be the protagonist.
Yes, we don't want just to talk about inclusion,
No,
but we do inclusion.
we do inclusion,
So,
yes.
When I write the public program, each program is cross-designed
Esatto.
and guided by our guidelines, but we have providers, and I am developing a network of more than 20 different associations, and it will be 40, it will be 60, and I will involve
Them all.
all the associations of the
Yes.
local association, because the local associations are made by our public, and
So-
we have this main goal, awareness
Yeah.
on our topic. So the awareness, if co-design, is more effective.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Grazie.
I know that you have to leave.
The whole team goes to Trieste.
Important, a coffee, have a coffee, have a
Thank you so much for hosting us,
Grazie.
Alexia.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
being
so much
here
for
with us.
coming.
Grazie.
And I invite you to come back and explore
Yeah.
the space.
Of course, and then you will receive a ticket. So if you like to stay 10 minutes, or when what you like to visit the exhibition, you are welcome. Otherwise, please come back.
Yeah.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Grazie.